Hello, this is Heather of Shutterbug 101. Today we'll be going over metering, what it is, what it does, and how you can use it to benefit your images. Let's get started. Let's get started by discussing how your camera sees your scene. Whether you're taking photos with a point and shoot or a full frame camera, we have all tried to take a photo of a sunset and looked at the back of the camera and said, it just doesn't do it justice. Now, cameras have come a very long way in the last decade. We just haven't met the quality that our human eyes can see just yet. Our eyes can clearly see all values between black and white and all of the gray tones in between. All cameras have a meter that use 18% gray as the basis for determining exposure. So what does that mean? Your camera is not seeing this, it's seeing this. No need to adjust your device. Your camera really does see in black and white. And when it meters for 18% gray, which is about halfway between black and white, the camera believes the photo is in perfect light. Which brings us to metering. Metering is the action where the camera finds 18% gray by adjusting the shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. Once it finds it, you're ready to take a shot. Just like our autofocus video, link available below, you have options on choosing where your camera will adjust for 18% gray. Most cameras will have 3 different options: evaluative metering, center metering, and spot metering. Evaluative metering is the default every camera. This metering mode will consider the entire scene and find a balance between shadows and highlights from the background to the foreground, from top to bottom, and from left to right. This camera is best used in situations where the highlights are not super bright and the shadows are not very dark. Using this metering mode with good lighting, like I have here, a close backdrop, and staying away from white or black outfits or backgrounds, the photo comes out just fine. However, if we have a backlit situation where the background has sun exposure and our model is in the shade, the camera is going to have a hard time finding a balance between the two, and the picture will look all over kind of meh. One way to help us achieve proper lighting in the situation is using center metering. Center metering, as you can guess, is taking the center and ensuring it at 18% gray. So if I have my model in the center of the photo, she should come out perfectly. Now, what if I don't want my model to be in the center? Maybe I want her just off to the side of the scene, giving room to see the direction she's looking. If I have it in the center, you'll notice that by moving my camera so she is off to the side, now the background is properly lit, but she's really dark. That's where spot metering comes to the rescue. Spot metering works hand in hand with your AEL button, or auto exposure lock. If you don't have this button on the back of your camera, it's possible you can assign a shortcut using a function or control button. Now, if I have it on spot metering and have my model in the center to meter, and I hold down my AEL button, I can now move her to the side and see her in proper lighting. Now, you may notice that the background is now overexposed because the camera wants to see more of the shadowed areas. If you would like the background to be visible with proper lighting, I will be covering how in next week's video, where I will be discussing flash. The last thing we're going to cover is another way you can use spot metering, and that's getting silhouette photos. Whether you're taking photos of a dancer, a couple that just got engaged, or maybe a model that just wants to hold up a heart, by using my AEL on the brightest part of the background, and then move my camera so the model is where I want her to be in the image, she should come out as a silhouette as long as the background is in brighter light than she is. I hope this helps you find more ways to get the photo that you want, and if you have any questions of how this works with your specific camera, please leave me a comment below. Until next time, keep your eyes out for inspiration, Shutterbugs. Bye.